7 through 10. Yeah, it's just the A and B.
For the boys, we got St. Anthony's and St. John's. For the girls, we got St. Anthony's and Kellenberg. Before we get started, we have Katie from Kellenberg. She's going to do an Our Father for us.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Katie. And now we're just going to have Amanda from St. John's to do the national anthem for us.
Guys, follow.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, guys, hit the right key on each and have fun. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to TND Sports Video Production. I'm Max Rotniak alongside Ronan Coyle, and we're here joining you for the NASA Suffolk Catholic High Schools Athletic Association Bowling League Finals between the St. Anthony's Friars and the St. John the Baptist Cougars. Now, Ronan, we had some great games yesterday. Could you run us through what happened?
Yesterday, there were two matches. Both of them went down to the wire. In the 1-4 matchup, Chaminade, 11-1, runaway favorite to win this whole tournament, upset by the St. John the Baptist Cougars 5-4 in what was cinema. On the other side of things, the Friars took care of business against the number 3 seeded Kellenberg Firebirds 6-3 as their offense shined bright and looked to do it again to capture their first league title in 2 years.
And Ronan, that was, again, those two matches, really, really close between these sides. Set up what is an incredible match today. We are going to be playing between lanes 5 and 8. It's the number 2 St. Anthony's Friars, number 4 St. John the Baptist Cougars. We'll come back to you with the live action in just a minute. So welcome back here to AMF Wantagh Lanes. Again, Max Rotniak alongside Ronan Coyle, live from TND Sports Video, the NSCHSAA Boys League Final between the St. Anthony's Friars and the St. John the Baptist Cougars. The practice runs have just finished, and we are ready to start off what is sure to be an incredible day at the lanes. Ronan, again, drawing back to yesterday, St. Anthony's 6-3 against Kellenberg. St. John the Baptist, the upset of the year, 5-4 over the number 1 seed Chaminade Flyers, and they just set up an incredible final. What are you expecting from today's game?
I think St. Anthony's offense is definitely going to shine once more. Their stars, like Anthony Mahoney, Vinny Ferrara, and Gavin Woldarchek, they're going to shine. They're going to perform well. I think they're the runaway favorite to win this game.
Well, Ronan, on the topic of these stars, let's just quickly run through your lineups for today's match. Let's start with the number 2 seed St. Anthony's Friars. On their A lane, it is Anthony Mahoney, followed by, it is Gavin Woldarchik, followed by Anthony Mahoney, and then finishing them off is Vinny Ferrara. On their B lane, it is Connor Halfin, Sage Scarver, and Andrew Novak. Flipping over to St. John the Baptist, what do we have, Ronan?
So to start off for St. John the Baptist on their A lane will be Brendan Jackson. Cody Fontaine will follow as Jack Rosenfeld will anchor the A lane to start it off. On the other side, the B lane, Luke DeMeo will be the leadoff, with Parker McDuffie being in the middle, with Joseph Palladino finishing off what was a strong lane yesterday, and they hope to finish it off there again. The contest, they want pressure on St. Anthony's. They want to go bang, 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 keep getting the opportunities they got and take advantage of their opponent if they want a chance to win this game.
Now, something interesting to note for you quickly, Ronan. Couple of standout performances from yesterday. Just want to draw back to one important performance that really catapulted St. Anthony's in that crucial third game that won them the match against Kellenberg was a performance from Sage Scarver, the senior out of Central Islip, where he got a 4-bagger. That is 4 strikes in a row. That gave the Friars a massive 40-point lead on those lanes, effectively winning them the entire match. So he's the guy to look out for today. Do we have any names, potential names that you want to go over before we start for St. John's?
St. Anthony's top to bottom is by far the strongest side. Anthony Mahoney, multiple turkeys yesterday against Kellenberg. And Vinny Ferrara, the sophomore, who's also been performing very well, had a strong finish in the second game to win them that point in the A lane. Other than that, the depth is strong. Connor Half and Andrew Novak, two very strong bowlers expected to make large contributions for this Friars team.
Yeah, well said, Roden. And just a quick mention of the lanes here. It looks to be lane 7, lane 8, lane 9, and lane 10 that we are going to be focusing on for today's match. And we'll get the confirmations and everything in just a minute. We're still waiting for the St. Anthony's Friars to walk out. You can hear their loud chants in the back as they get hyped for this game or this match. And Rona, I certainly think that they are very happy that they don't have to face Chaminade today.
Chaminade was their lone loss away, but they did trade. They did split. They're both strong teams. However, it will not be the Flyers playing today. The Cougars, who are their own strong side, strong depth as well. Players like Cody Fontaine and Jack Rosenfeld, who had strong performances yesterday against the Flyers, propelled them to the upset, and maybe they can do it again, and can the Cinderella story be complete?
Yeah, well said, Ronan. And just a thing to draw back on, all the way to last season, this was a nearly unchanged St. Anthony's team that lost to Chaminade in the finals by only a handful of pins. So I'm sure they're happy again that they don't have to face Chaminade. Anyways, without further ado, we started off on lane 7. The Cougars get their first bowl, and it goes for 7 pins. Brendan Jackson starts them off on the A lane. Looking over to the B lane for St. Anthony's, their first roll is 8 from Halfin. Wuljarczyk gets 7 at lane 8 for St. Anthony's. So today is going to be a little bit slower as we only have one match to look at. Either way, it's going to be really fun to see how all these teams get out. Ooh, 9 pins for St. John's. And a spare completed by Brendan Jackson at lane 7.
Jackson's one of their top performing guys. They need him to stay strong. He had a very good game 3 yesterday that put the Flyers to bed and through the bonuses. He needs to do it again today if he wants his team to get a league title.
And 9 pins were cleared in total by Gavin Wuljarczyk, as now Clayton Fabrizio for St. John's, he'll clear 6 at lane 7. Ooh, gutter ball at lane 9 for the Cougars. Lane 8, Mahoney for St. Anthony's, clears 7. So far, very close between these two sides. Again, we're only about a frame in as 9 pins, cleared by Parker McDuffie at the B lanes for the Cougars. Andrew Novak, his first bowl of the game. Oh, nearly for a strike. Mahoney, 3 pins to clear, gets 2. Jack Rosenfeld lines it up for SJB. Finds the pocket and hits the first strike of the day.
Mentioned this earlier, Rosenfeld was a strong performer yesterday. They need him to convert.
That was as McDuffie hit a spare. Now Vinny Farrar for St. Anne's, 8. That'll leave the 9 and 10 pins. Novak for a spare, got it on lane 10. So again, so far a very narrow 9-point lead for St. Anthony's at the A lane. Same goes at the B as 9 pins cleared by Joe Palladino at lane 9 for St. John's. Ferrara for the Friars to get a spare. Oh, it's just beautiful from the sophomore.
Curved beautifully straight into that deep right pocket. So tough to get, but nails it.
Gavin Wuljarczyk for his second frame of the afternoon. Ooh, we nearly hit the pocket, but got 7 pins instead. At lane 9, Palladino gets the spare. Brendan Jackson hits 8 at lane 8. Jarczyk for the spare. He needs 3 pins. Hit them all. Oh, nearly a strike from Luke DeMayo. Leaves 2. 1 pin down from Brendan Jackson. Halfin at lane 9, clears 7 for St. Anne's. Anthony Mahoney at lane 7. Oh, just missed the 10 pin. Got everything else.
St. Anthony's does not want to end up in the same position as Chaminade did yesterday. Chaminade struggled to convert strikes and spare opportunities. That was the reason they are not playing today. St. John the Baptist is a hungry team that was able to take advantage.
Well said, Ronan, as right now it is an 18-point lead for St. John's at the A lane. Quite the surprise. Mahoney for a crucial role here for the Friars, missed a spare. At lane 10, it's Parker McDuffie who gets another important strike. So far, it's been so good for St. Anthony's. Oh, missing the spares, Clayton Fabrizio, and a 10-pack from Sage Scarver, who again got that 4-bagger yesterday. Vinny Ferrara also gets a strike for St. Anne's. They're back in their rhythm. Lane 10, Palladino clears but 1. And Rosenfeld clears 8 at lane 8 for St. John the Baptist. As Novak for St. Anthony's, lane 9. He'll get them all. Spare for Rosenfeld at lane 8. And spare at lane 10 for Palladino. Some good rolls for St. John's. Brendan Jackson at lane 7, only 7. Oh, no, the Mayo almost gets a 10-pack at lane 9 as Halfin delivers a strike at lane 10, and Wiljarczyk clears 7 at lane 8 for St. Anthony's.
So far, these teams have been able to convert almost all spare opportunities and have multiple strikes in both A and B lanes. This is going to go down to the wire, isn't it, Max?
Yeah, it looks like it will. Sage Scarver, almost another strike at lane 10. He left the 4 pins standing, 3 pins to clear, only 1 knocked down by Jackson at lane 7. DeMayo at lane 9, he needs the 9 pin. Spot on. Wiljarczyk needs 3 at lane 8, misses them all. At lane 7, Clayton Fabrizio gets another 10-pack. And at lane 9, it's all but 3 for Parker McDuffie. Mahoney at lane 8 for St. Anthony's, clears them all.
Not only has Mahoney been one of the top players for St. Anthony's, he's one of the top players in this league. He is the X factor that the Friars need to perform well if they want to win the league championship.
Rosenfeld at lane 7 for the Cougars, missed 3. Duffy at lane 9 for SJB, clears the last 3. Beautiful spare. Ferrara at lane 8. Oh, hit the pocket and delivered a strike. Lane 10, Novak needs 2 more, hits them both. Little ricochet action there out of Novak. Lane 7, Jack Rosenfeld has to clear 3 pins, but they are in a tight spot. Hits 2, the last one eludes him. And at lane 9, great from Joe Palladino as he'll claim a strike. Jackson for St. John's at lane 8. His team's up 28 on these lanes, and he clears 9 of the 10 pins. Wojciech at lane 7 for St. Anthony's. Missed 1 and was bouncing as a strike delivered by Luke DeMeo at lane 10. Lane 9, it's only 5 from Connor Halfin. And a gutter ball on Brendan Jackson's attempt at a spare. Wojciech needs that 8 pin. Got it! Halfin needs 5, clears 2.
Those last 2 throws in the A lane, the difference that can make it all. Brendan Jackson unable to convert the spare opportunity with 1 pin to go, but Gavin Wojciech was able to, and that could be the edge Anthony's needs.
In the pocket, oh, and almost a strike from Fabrizio at lane 8. Lane 9, Scarver goes for it and delivers big time. Mahoney rolls on 7, clears 6.
Scarver in the B lane already 3 strikes in his first 4 frames, looking for another impressive performance today.
I mean, we always talk about the Anthony Mahoneys, the Vinny Ferraras on a team like St. Anthony's, but I mean, how about Sage Scarver, not just today, with 3 strikes out of 4 attempts, but 4 in a row yesterday as well. I mean, what a player, as Novak delivers 5 on lane 9. Lone pin standing at lane 8, that's the 8, and got it. Great job from the senior out of East Patchogue, Clayton Fabrizio, to get that one. Has 2 rolls at once, gutter ball for St. John's, and a spare for Mahoney and the Friars. Still a good lead for St. John's at the A lanes. At the B lanes, it looks to be a lead for St. Anthony's, as another strike delivered by the Cougars at lane 8, courtesy of Jack Rosenfeld. Novak at lane 9 needs the left cluster, got them all. Ferrara at lane 7 hit the pocket and scored them all down.
So far, Vinny Ferrara, the sophomore, spare, and the last 3 strikes, a turkey through 4 frames. Impressive from the sophomore out of Wantagh.
And as we were talking, Ronan, there was a 10-pack out of Halfin, and Wojciech almost gets one of his own. Just missed the 2 pins on the right side. Brendan Jackson couldn't quite hit the pocket, leaves 2 standing. At lane 9, it's Luke DeMeo, hits 6. Scarver at lane 10. Hit the pocket, but one pin eludes him. That was close. Wojciech needs a spare. Got him. Spare opportunity goes gutter ball for Brendan Jackson. So a little score check, 12-point lead at the B lanes for St. Anthony's, a 27-point lead for St. John's at the A lanes, as Luke DeMeo misses 1 pin on the spare attempt. At lane 8, Anthony Mahoney hits the pocket, and they all fall down.
5 strikes from St. Anthony's out of that A lane. Their top performers performing strong.
Clayton Fabrizio hits 9 on lane 7. At lane 9, it's Parker McDuffie who gets a beautiful strike. Vinny Ferrara at lane 8 as Novak delivers a perfect strike at lane 10. 10-pack for Ferrara.
4th straight from Vinny Ferrara. He has caught fire so far.
He sure has, Ronan. He's been so good today. Joe Palladino at lane 9 as Clayton Fabrizio gets this, misses the spare, and Palladino going back to him, hit the supreme strike.
He had a similar throw before. That last pin, the 7 teetered, but this time it falls down, converting the strike for St. John the Baptist in the B lane.
Halfin gets another 10-pack on lane 9. Back to lane 7, Rosenfeld missed 6. Luke DeMeo at lane 10, missed 2. And looks like Sage Scarver's back up for St. Anthony's. He's hit 3 strikes on 5 frames. Scarver, just missed that 1 pin in the corner.
Scarver seems like he's automatic, able to convert almost always either 9 or 10 pins.
Yeah, he's a big reason why the Friars are up 32 pins at the B lanes right now. Jack Rosenfeld hit 4. And a spare converted by the Mayo at lane 10. Scarver misses into the gutter at lane 9. That's his first open frame of the day.
Score looks deceiving in the A lane. It might seem that Baptist is up, but in the 5th frame, down goes spare for Lodorchek. Strike and strike for Mahoney and Ferrara.
9 pins cleared from Jackson at lane 8 for St. John's as Wojciech lines his roll up at lane 7. The senior gets 9. Novak at lane 9 for St. Anthony's. Ooh, he's 3 away from a dozen. At lane 8, Jackson, just missed it. Looks like he even clipped that pin on the side, but again, a miss is a miss. Wojciech into the gutter.
And you can see the frustration growing beyond the Cougars bench. Players are not happy. They've missed a couple opportunities and they don't want to fall behind.
McDuffie as well, he just hit a spare for St. John's. Good. Ooh, 1 away from a strike at lane 8. Mahoney at lane 7 for St. Anthony's. Perfect pitch. That's what you want to see out of Mahoney. Senior out of Comac is lethal. At lane 10, Palladino. Supreme strike for St. John's. The 7 pins knocked down by Fabrizio at the 8 lane. Vinny Ferrara lines up, lane 7, hit the pocket, but only 7 pins go down. At lane 9, but 1 for the Mayo. Halfin for the spare, missed it. Rosenfeld with a full line 10-pack. Ferrara with 3 to go. Shooting but 1.
For the first time today, Vinny Ferrara has not hit a spare or a strike through his first 6.
Yeah, I mean, it leaves an open frame. That's insane. He's been so consistent all day as DeMeo misses a spare opportunity, and Jackson hits a wonderful strike on lane 7. Back to Oljarczyk for Anthony's at lane 8. His ball curls in, hits the pocket, but again, 3 left standing. 49-point lead for St. Anthony's at the B lane, a 73-point lead for them at the A lane. At lane 9, 9 pins fall from Parker McDuffie. At lane 10, a gutter ball from Scarver. At lane 7, into the pocket. Oh, but 1 for Clayton Fabrizio. Oljarczyk requires 3. Hit 2.
Tough split opportunity, went for the safe route rather than the spare.
And Lauren, like you mentioned, all those strikes adding up for St. Anthony's for Vinny Ferrara, as they were down 30 points earlier, but after that 4-pack from Vinny Ferrara, St. Anthony's is up 63 points. Mahoney, pocket, missed 1. As a great roll from St. Anthony's at the far lane results in a strike spare opportunity. Got it from Parker McDuffie. Lane 7, Fabrizio barely misses. It's 310 to 227 right now for St. Anthony's at the A lanes. At the B lanes, it's 328 to 289. Also for the Friars. Mahoney rolls at lane 8 for the spare, slinging.
We talked earlier about the offensive potency of St. Anthony's and their superstars. It has shown so far today. Almost like every other throw is a strike.
And 2 misses from St. John's, as we were just talking, Ronan. Yeah, it goes to show the difference here. St. Anthony's really capitalizing on their opportunities. Not that one from Ferrara, but in general, they've been doing so great. And again, credit to St. John's. They've been doing well with the keep up. They've been getting routine high scores every single frame, but it's just not been enough. Still a massive 103-point lead now for St. Anthony's, as a lone pin cleared by Joe Palladino for St. John's at the B lanes. Closing the gap there, and Rosenfeld gets a spare of his own at lane 7. 3 pins cleared by Ferrara. Jackson can't deliver at lane 8. Halfin can't either at lane 9, although last pin bobbled before still standing up. Oljarczyk at lane 7, knocks but 2.
St. John's finding themselves a similar position to Kellenberg as they did yesterday. Their offense performed strong, but they were not able to compete with the Friars.
Spare for Halfin at lane 9. Yeah, Ron, it's so crazy because St. Anthony's, they've been playing lights out, and credit to St. John's, they've attempted to keep up, but they just haven't been able to get there. 1 of 3 for DeMeo at the far lane. Nearer to us, Jackson couldn't clear both. Oljarczyk knocked 1, almost 2.
Inches
Beautiful
away
attempt
from converting the split.
Yeah, that was a great attempt. You know, it's a really hard shot to hit when you have 2 pins away from each other like that. On lane 10, a strike delivered from Parker McDuffie. That's crucial. They'll give a 38-point lead to the Cougars at that one. And a strike from Clayton Fabrizio. 4 of 5 cleared from Scarver. Mahoney at lane 7. Almost a strike, missed 1. That's the 8-pin. A lot of action in a quick sequence there, Ronan. At lane 10, Palladino cleared, missed 7-pin. Lane 8, it's 9 from Rosenfeld. Novak at lane 9. Missed 2. Lane 7, Mahoney. Needs pin 8. Got it. Solid from the solid. Mahoney got another one.
Started strong throughout those first couple frames, looking to finish strong in game 1.
As we just saw a spare at lane 10 for Palladino and St. John's. Needing the 7-pin, Rosenfeld can't curl it in enough. It's a 55-point lead for St. Anthony's at the A lanes, a 48-point lead for St. John's at the B lanes. 1 of 2 pins cleared at lane 9 from Novak. Lane 7, Farrar needs to curl it in, couldn't hit the pocket, and he'll leave 3 pins standing.
Similar to how their strategy was yesterday. Stay competitive with the Friars in every situation. Winning the B lane right now, they're doing that.
And a crucial strike from the Mayo. That's adding to the B lane, Ronan. Can Novak equalize? No.
We talk so much of opportunities and how you have to convert. That right there is one way. You're down. Novak needs to make that opportunity. Only 4 pins separate the 2 in the B lane.
And 2 pins fall from Ferrari. He needed a 3rd. As 9 of 10 go down on lane 9 for St. John's. Lane 10, Novak needs 4, missed every last one. Jackson at lane 7, it curls to the pocket, but still 3 pins left standing. Wuljarczyk hits his first strike of the day as Scarver hit 9 on lane 10. Anthony Mahoney ready at bat, but first Parker McDuffie for St. John's got the spare. Lane 7, roll up from Jackson, curling and beautiful. Mahoney at lane 8, down the center, well, 2 left on their feet.
In the B lane, every chance counts. Separated by only 9, the Cougars have a slim advantage.
And 8 pins cleared by Palladino at lane 8. So again, Ronan, it's been that consistency from both teams, but in the end, look at this 99-pin lead for St. Anthony's at lane A. It's at the A lanes. It's been incredible as Clayton Fabrizio gets a crucial strike. It's a double for him.
Might seem out of reach for game 1 in the A lane, but when you count the bonuses, everything still matters.
Mahoney gets the spare. Still a lead for St. John's at the B lanes. Curling in from Palladino. He got the spare. He knocked down pins 9 and 10. At lane 7, another strike for St. John's, this time from Rosenfeld. That's going to tighten the gap as we enter the last frame as you're about to enter the last frame on both lanes. Ferrara missed a strike by 1. And a spare at the far side for Andrew Novak. Game's still a-going here on lane 8. 1 pin to go for St. Anthony's. It curls and a near miss. Or excuse me, a miss, not a near miss. Either way, does not go the way of Jackson there. It is going to, as we're going to enter the last frame on the A lanes. At the B lanes, 8 cleared from Luke DeMeo, and Halfin misses only 1 pin, rather. Jackson at lane 8 on his last frame and got a crucial strike. Wuljarczyk at lane 7, can't get his own. At lane 10, the Mayo needs this. Only hit one of 2 pins available, and Halfin misses his spare. So that's going to make a 46-point lead possible for St. John's at the B lanes, at the A lanes here. Jackson couldn't get the spare. Wojciech for the spare at lane 7, it got them both. Lane 9 for Scarver, he looks to curl it in. Every pin falls down. A beautiful strike from Scarver. That's his 4th of the day. Jackson hit the spare at the A lanes for St. John's. Coach Flanagan talking it over with Wojciech here as he's ready to go at lane 7. Hits the pocket, but oh, that 7 pin eludes him. At lane 10, Parker McDuffie curls in. Got the beautiful spare. That's a crucial one for St. John's. 9 pins knocked down from Fabrizio at lane 8. Scarver to go half and half. This game, he got it. Unbelievable from Sage Scarver, as he's really been keeping the Friars in it at the B lanes, but it might be too little too late, as that's 2 strikes in a row. One more would really catapult his side forward. McDuffie couldn't hit the strike. Left pins 10 and 6 standing. Pin 7 to knock down for Fabrizio at lane 8. Got it. Mahoney with a full set at lane 7. 10 pack. Lane 9, Scarver, another strike. That's 3 in a row to end the game. But it still might not be enough. A turkey for Scarver. And St. Anthony's might still lose. What a story we have unfolding before our hands, for our eyes, rather. Palladino hits 8 at lane 10. Fabrizio at lane 8. Got them all.
St. John's was able to advance off the bonus. They lost 4-2 overall during the 3 games against Chaminade. The bonuses propelled them to where they are now.
As we got a supreme strike from Novak at lane 9. Mahoney at lane 7. Every pin topples to the ground. What a closing performance here from St. Anthony's. But Joe Palladino gets the spare at the far lane. Or rather, at lane 8, it's a strike for St. John's. Novak at lane 9. Oh, miss. Oh, not the best roll. As Mahoney gets the perfect roll at lane 7.
You speak of the turkey. This St. Anthony's A lane has been feasting all day long.
And they've gotten themselves an 88-point lead as Palladino hits 7 at the furthest lane. At lane 8, Rosenfeld curls in for a perfect strike. Ferrara at lane 7 hits the pocket, and they all tumble down. Wow, this St. Anthony's team going turkey, and another strike, this time from Ferrara. Novak misses the spare at lane 9. His team still down, so it's going to be a B-lane victory against all odds for St. John's, despite, again, that finishing turkey from Scarver. At the A lanes, it's almost certainly going to be actually, it is certainly going to be a win here for St. Anthony's. Let's just see how close the Cougars can bring this one. Rolling from Rosenfeld, only got 7. That'll end his game off. Still only 30 points the difference. Let's see if Ferrara can extend that. sophomore. Ooh, missed one. So that's going to finish it off. It's going to be A-lane triumph for the Friars in game one. It's going to be B-lane dominance for St. John's at the B-lanes. So it is a 31-point lead, or 31-point win for, Vinny Ferraro has one more roll to go, but B-lanes, a confirmed 49-point victory for St. John's. That'll give them 1 point. At the A-lanes, it's going to be St. Anthony's. Again, the margin of victory still to be decided.
And right now, St. John the Baptist has fought St. Anthony's to the best ability. The only way to beat them is to outscore them. St. John the Baptist putting up 522 in their first game, and a strong offensive performance too, even in the A lane, scoring 469.
So there is a 1 point difference separating the two teams right now. If the match ended after game one, it would technically be a 1-pin win for St. Anthony's. Again, we still have 2 more games to go. Teams are going to switch around, take a short break, and we'll come back to you in just a few seconds with more bowling action. St. Anthony's, St. John the Baptist, game 2 in just a moment. Tuning back in to TND Sports Video Productions and to AMF Wantagh Lanes, the NSCHSAA Bowling League Championships. St. Anthony, St. John the Baptist live here, again, from the Wantagh Lanes. We just finished up our first game. It was a A-lane triumph for the Friars and a B-lane victory for the Cougars. I'm Max Rotniak, joined by Ronan Coyle, and we are ready to get into this second game of action. If we were to end right now, it would be a narrow 1-pin win for St. Anthony's, as they had a 50-pin difference on their lane, whereas the Cougars had a 49-pin difference on their own. On their victorious lane, rather, that was the B lane. Anyways, we have a few lineup changes to go over in just a minute, but before we can do that, we have to set the scene for those who are just joining us. These two teams had a battle to get to this point. At the first mark, St. John's took down Chaminade, the #1 seed in the semifinals, to get to today's matchup, whereas St. Anthony's took down the #3 Kellenberg 6-3 to get to today's game. And Ronan, have there been any lineup changes, or are we staying the same for game 2?
Right now, St. John the Baptist will remain with the same lineup they had in the previous set of games. Brendan Jackson will lead off in the A lane, with Clayton Fabrizio following him, and Jack Rosenfeld being the anchor once more. In the B lane, it is Luke DeMeo, with Parker McDuffie and Joe Palladino being the anchor for St. John the Baptist.
And as Voljarczyk just finishes off a strike to start the game. At lane 7, it's nearly matched by Jackson at lane 8 for St. John's. At lane 10, Luke DeMayo clears 8. Or clears 7, excuse me. Mahoney at lane 7 delivers a 10-pack. That's 2 strikes in a row for St. Anthony's. Crucial beginning to this game. Gutter ball from Jackson. He curled it too far to the right. DeMayo for the spare. Got him. Scarver, pocket, but no good. Ferrara curls it in, hits the pocket, and they all fall down. 3 strikes to begin this game for St. Anthony's. What a start.
Friars off to a flying start. They decided no lineup changes because they had confidence in their team. An example in the A lane, 3 straight strikes to open up the first frame.
As 2 missed strikes for St. John's and a missed spare from Scarver of St. Anthony's. So far, it's been domination for St. Anthony's, but again, we're only 1 frame in. And looking over to the B lanes, it's a little closer. At lane 8, Clayton Fabrizio needs 2. Ooh, got only 1. Lane 10, Parker McDuffie hits the right 5. That's a great spare to hit Ronan.
These opportunities are crucial for Baptist to stay alive in the fight with the Friars, who just seem to pile it on so far.
Novak at lane 9, hits 9.
Leading scorer of the B lane last game, scored 169, started strong there.
As we turn our attention, we'll see what lane we're going to turn our attention to. All the bowlers lined up near their couches. Just a moment here. Still no rolls. Finally, Andrew Novak steps up to clear the 7-pin. Missed by a hair. Rosenfeld, senior out of Ridge, looking for a spare at lane 8. Hit 2, missed 3rd. As Palladino hit a crucial spare at lane 9. Or at lane 9, sorry. Lane 7, McDuffie lines up, heel roll. He hits the pocket and gets a supreme strike. The Mayo at lane 9 clears 6. At lane 10, pocket hit, but only 6 knocked down. Will Jarchik to extend the strike streak for St. Anthony's, hits 8.
St. Anthony's having that extended period. They hit 3 straight strikes in the first frame to open it up. They finished so early. They had so much time to wait.
And Halpin just delivered an incredible spare at the far lane and near lane. Fabrizio hits 9. At lane 9, DeMayo can't get the spare. Well, Jarchik at lane 8, clearing the last 2. At lane 9, curling in for McDuffie for 9. Lane 7, 1 to go. Fabrizio got it. Mahoney at lane 8. Ooh, missed the strike via pin 10.
So far today, it seems like these edge pins, the 7 and 10, have a vendetta, not just against the Friars, but against St. John's as well.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him at all? As a couple more crucial rolls here from both sides. Mahoney misses a spare on lane 8. And see what happens here, Ronan.
We'll see. So far, St. Anthony's has been on a roll. Can St. John's catch up quickly, similar to how the Friars jumped out to an early lead?
Palladino hit 9 on 9. Ronan, get your mic, like, make it straight, and then curl it down to your mouth. Like under your mouth, under your mouth. So, setting the scene for you really quickly, it's a 13-point lead for St. Anthony's at the A lanes. At the B lanes, it's a 30-point lead for St. John's. At lane 8, oh, a beautiful spare from Ferrara as the ball curled to the left and then back to the right.
Sophomore playing such a pivotal role last game. They need him to perform very strong if they want to continue just to dominate so far.
At lane 9, 8 fall from Halfin. Well, Jarchik lines up at lane 7 for St. Anthony's. Got half the pins to fall. Jackson on lane 8. Couldn't hit the pocket, but still got 8 pins to go down. No spare at lane 10 for the Mayo. But a crucial spare for Halfin at lane 9. At lane 8, Jackson hits one of the 2 he needed. At lane 9, Scarver curls in, couldn't hit the pocket, and left the 6 pin standing. Mahoney at lane 7, can't deliver. Pack at lane 8.
Waiting for Brizio. Strong start.
As Scarver got the spare. At lane 8, Rosenfeld, the bull can't curl into the pocket, leaves three to go. Mahoney at lane 7, he needs the 7 and the 5 pins. What a spare.
Absolute perfection of the split opportunity.
As a 10-pack scored at lane 10 for St. John's from Palladino. Wow, what a sequence. Novak at lane 9. Hits the pocket and they all go down. Supreme strike for the Friars. At lane, that was lane 11, that was at the practice lanes. A good roll there from one of the Friars. At lane 8, it's cleared on the spare by Rosenfeld. Good job so far from St. John's. They've been closing the gap ever so slightly on this A lane where they fell behind so quickly, as on lane 9, the Mayo delivers a crucial strike, and Ferrara gets one of his own for St. Anthony's.
St. John's showing more self-structure, more cohesion so far in this A lane, keeping it closer than it was in the previous game.
2 rolls at once, and 2 strikes for St. John's. Spares completed from Halfin at the far lane for the Friars. At lane 8, Wuljarczyk got the 10-pack. Lane 10, Scarver curls in sides.
Yesterday, it was that momentum swing from St. Anthony's versus Kellenberg that propelled them to success in the third frame, stealing all of it. Can St. John the Baptist swing the pendulum in their favor and go on a run?
As, as 9 pins knocked down on lane 7 by Fabrizio and 6 at lane 8 for Mahoney. So right now a 44-point lead for St. Anthony's at lane A. At lane B, it's a 3-point lead for the Friars, as no spare at lane 10, but it was close. Palladino misses them both on the spare opportunity. Only pin 10 stands for Fabrizio. Gutter ball. Novak at lane 8 lane. Perfect. At lane 9, Novak clears but 1.
So far, St. Anthony's, their attack has come away with it. Strong leads in the B lane and still showing strength in the A.
9 pins knocked down for St. John's at the 7 and the 10. Vinny Ferrara delivers a strike, crucial for St. Anthony's at the A lanes.
St. Anthony's needs every pin they can get. Ferrara getting another double. Seems like he's automatic.
Yeah, Halfin also got the spare there. It's so great from both of these sides. Like you said, Ronan, automatic. No spare at lane 10, no spare at lane 7. 2 missed opportunities for the Cougars. We'll flip sides for frame 5, as Scarver delivers 9 at lane 9 for St. Anthony's. At lane 10, a strike for St. John's. Slow roll from Scarver, got the spare. Lane 7, Wuljarczyk. Ooh, almost a beauty, just missed the pocket. At lane 6, ooh, 9. That's one of the practice lanes, but nothing really happening there, Ronan, as lane 8, 2 fall from Jackson. Novak at lane 9 clears but 1, and the last one was tumbling as Gavin Wuljarczyk gets the spare at lane 7. And he'll talk it over with Coach Flanagan of St. Anthony's. Missed spare at lane 10. Missed strike at lane 8. Mahoney winds up at lane 7 and delivers an 8-pack. Lane 9 and got the last pin from Andrew Novak.
St. Anthony's 56-point combined lead, but it's been Baptist bout for bout so far in both lanes, keeping up with the Friars in every way they can.
As Fabrizio gets the spare at lane number 8. Mahoney a spare at lane 7, and at lane 9 a strike, or no, not a strike, sorry. 8 pins down from the Mayo. Lane 10, Halfin clears it off. Atland, who gets no strike for Scarver. Ferrara curls for a 10-pack.
And St. Anthony's, they have shown their might. They had 25 strikes in both combined in game 1. Game 2, they're coming out to as hot of a start as Ferrara gets yet another turkey.
Scarver and Jackson, sorry, Scarver and Rosenfeld both get spares, and Parker McDuffie misses a strike opportunity. 47 points the lead for St. Anthony's on the B lanes. They've turned the tables there, but St. John's a few pins away from taking the lead on the A lanes as Jackson claims 9. Darchik misses 3. Gutter ball for Jackson. At lane 9, a spare. You want to do the play for the next 2 frames? No? Okay. Well, Jarchik's ball curls in and gets 2 of 3. Palladino at lane 9, curls in, supreme strike.
Much needed as frustration has been growing in the Cougar bench. Luke DeMeo comes through clutch and gets the strike.
Fabrizio goes for 8 at lane 7. Mahoney at lane 8 goes for a 10-pack. At lane 10, the board's cleared by Novak. Great sequence for St. Anne's. At lane 9, it's all but 1 for Halfin. It's an 8-point lead for St. Anthony's, but they do have a turkey at their disposal from Ferrara. At the B lanes, it's a massive lead right now for St. Anne's as well. Curling in, Halfin spare. And a spare for St. John's and Fabrizio at lane 7. Vinny Ferrara, chance at a 4-bagger here. Got it. At lane 10, only 5 pins fall from Parker McDuffie.
Vinny Ferrara, he has been the story in this A lane. First 6, strike, spare, and a 4-bagger. 5 strikes in his first 6 as the Friars, much pins left to find on the scoreboard, are dominating so far in this second game.
Yeah, they sure are, Ronan. This A lane is, once Vinny, if he even does miss a strike, the board's gonna go boom, and it's going to be a 50-point lead, maybe even more for St. Anthony's. At lane 10, all pins cleared on the spare for St. John's. Scarver for the spare at lane 9. Sage got it. Rosenfeld at lane 7. Needs 4, got 3. Palladino clears the board at lane 10. Wuldarchik at lane 7. Hits the pocket. Oh, but 3 pins left standing. Beautiful from Novak there as he'll hit a strike at lane 9. At lane 8, Jackson hits his own. Lane 10, Halfin, 10-pack.
That is Halfin's first non-spare of this game. He opened up through the first 7, all spares.
8 from Palladino at lane 9. Wuldarchik for the spare at lane 7. Got all 3. Lane 10, Scarver couldn't quite get the strike. Missed 2 pins.
St. Anthony's sitting comfortably through both lanes. Strong lead in the B lane, and in the A lane, a deceiving deficit thanks to Vinny Ferrar's 4-bagger.
A couple of near strikes at lane 7 and lane 8 for Mahoney and Fabrizio of St. Anthony's and St. John's. At lane 9, Luke DeMeo will clear the board. It's a 36-point lead right now for St. John the Baptist at lane 8, but I'm sure when those strikes are counted in for Vinny Ferrara, it's a massive lead for St. Anthony's. At the B lanes, 88 points the lead for the Friars. At lane 9, curling in, and McDuffie will claim himself a strike.
Big deficit for the Cougars. They need these strikes, these opportunities, if they want to snag another split like they did yesterday.
And the lone pin cleared on lane 8 for Fabrizio. Mahoney at lane 7, curling in and scoring.
Will we see a 5-bagger as Ferrara will now come up?
If we do, I'm sure the crowd here in support of St. Anthony's will go wild. Before that, Jack Rosenfeld up to bat, if you will, at lane 8. Before that, lane 10, Novak goes and can't hit the turkey. Lane 8, Rosenfeld, cleared but 1. Now let's turn our attention back to Ferrara.
This place might explode if he hits a 5-bagger, Max.
But before that, Palladino goes up for his spare. Palladino can't get it. Ferrara can't get his 5-er.
1 pin, that infamous 10, stands up tall and keeps Ferrara from a 5-bagger.
Brutal miss at lane 8 on the spare attempt. Novak at lane 10, gutter ball. He aimed for the bullseye, missed the board. And that'll keep it actually 79-point lead for St. Anthony's at that B lane. At the A lane, it's a big lead for St. Anne's as Ferrara claims the spare. Halfin got it at lane 9. Double.
In that A lane, did you just see that jump of score, Max? They were down so much, and now St. Anthony's got a 100-point jump and now lead by 84.
Yeah, after Vinny Ferrara missed the chance at the 5-bagger, all his strikes got counted up, and Wuldarchik hits a strike on lane 8. 10-pack for Sage Scarver at lane 9, firing on all cylinders, St. Anthony's. Lane 7, pin 10 to go. Brendan Jackson just missed it. Lane 10, 10-pack for Parker McDuffie. Everyone from both sides is claiming big scores. Mahoney at lane 8. Mahoney can't get 6, got 5. At lane 10, Palladino, full house. At lane 7, 1 away for Fabrizio. It looks like we have a scoreboard issue here, Ronan. It said practice time for a couple seconds there. I think we're gonna take a break from the bowling for just a minute. In the meantime, Ronan, what have you seen from this incredible game two?
It's been all St. Anthony's, both lanes, and we said this earlier, it would be their lethal superstars who are able to guide them to a league championship. So far, they've done everything they can. They split the first game, but right now they are running away with it.
Yeah, before we get back into the rules, it is a 452 to 403 pin lead for St. Anthony's at the B lanes as Novak delivers a 10-pack. And on the A lanes, it's an 88-point lead as well for the Friars. Mahoney can't get the spare. Fabrizio's just in need of that lone pin in the middle. On the dot.
St. John's doing everything they can to get every single pin. It may not look like they're still in the fight, but yesterday it didn't look like it either.
As both DeMeo and Halfin go for strikes at the B lanes. Lane 8, Ferrara, full house.
He might have missed his 5-bagger, but 6 strikes out of his first 8 frames. He has been immaculate.
Lane 7, lane 9, 2 SJB Bulls. One's 9, one's a strike. DeMeo's on a turkey. At lane 10, 7 cleared from Halfin.
St. John's still in the fight in that B lane. They have a turkey going for Luke DeMeo, and they have one on a double and one coming off a strike. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Sure will be, Ronan, as it's gonna be a lane 9 from St. John's. At lane 10, Halfin gets himself a spare. On lane 7, Rosenfeld does the same for SJB. One last time on the A lanes, it's lane 7 and 8. We'll have a line switch for the final 2 frames. It's a 99-point gap here at the A lanes as Wildarczyk, 1 away from the strike. At the B lanes, it's 57 points, also a lead for St. Anthony's. And a beautiful delivery from Brendan Jackson as he'll get the full house. Spare attempt for Wildarczyk, it's good. McDuffie at lane 9, 1 away from the perfect roll. Scarver at lane 10. Ooh, only missed 1. Lane 8 for Fabrizio. They all go to the ground. Mahoney at lane 7, 10-pack.
Mahoney was their money man in the first game. Second game, hasn't put up as much as Vinny Ferrara. However, he has still been consistent and the power that this team needs to get over the hump and win.
Yeah, and just a little notion back to the scores. It is so close in game 1, but game 2 it's been a runaway win for St. Anthony's. Still just over a frame to go, but it's almost certainly going to go the way of the Friars on this one. At the B lanes, 48 pins the difference, and also a lead for the South Huntington team. Strike for Palladino, 8 for Ferrara. Imperfect from Novak at lane 10.
Can Joe Palladino bring the Cougars back from a deep deficit? He's got a double running and could potentially get more.
This is a crucial role for Palladino. The one way to win this B lane matchup for the Cougars is 2 more strikes. Got one. That is so crucial. I think that might just take them over the line, Ronan. Ferrara for the spare, got it at lane 7. See, 103 pin difference at the A lanes. What a match. As Jackson's riding on a potential double. For SJB, curls from the right into the middle, hits the pocket, and they all fall down. Lane 10, 2 of 3 clear from Novak. That'll end his game. Still one more chance for Joe Palladino to ramp up the score line. Darchik clear 7 on lane 8. It's full action here from the AMF Wantagh lanes. 97 pins separate St. John's and St. Anthony's at the A lanes. At the B lanes, Palladino, 3rd successive strike and his 4th in total. That's a 4-bagger. But it's not gonna matter as Darchik gets the spare on lane 8, and it is St. Anthony's who take the win at the B lanes. Great from Jackson at the 7.
5 strikes in his final half. He was just not able to finish it off for St. John's in the B lane. So it looks like St. Anthony's will enter the final game with a 3-1 lead over the Cougars.
And with a massive pin advantage as well. As you can see, that 90-point difference at lane 7 and 8. Roll from Jackson, curls to the middle, but 1.
And there was a reason why Coach Flanagan made 0 lineup changes from his last set of games. It was his confidence that his team could score either way. 545 pins knocked down from lane 10, and then lane 8, over 500 and still ticking.
As Mahoney got a perfect roll at lane 8. 101 points separate the 2 teams on the A lanes. Almost certainly going to be an SJB victory.
And all but seems the question today has not been, can the Friars score? It's been, can the Cougars keep up? And they have been playing catch-up all day long.
Fabrizio can't get the strike. But maybe Anthony Mahoney can. Beautiful from the senior out of Comac.
A turkey from Mahoney forming in his last 2 frames. He has been on fire.
Sure has been, Ronan. Lane 7, Fabrizio can't get the spare. Leaves an open frame. Mahoney curls in. topples down 7 for his final roll of this second game. Rosenfeld at lane 7 for SJB. The Cougars in desperate need of a strike to close the gap, but he can only knock down 5. And you're leaving that 5 of Vinny Ferrara still up, who's at 189 points already. What can he accomplish overall? Let's see. Just a second.
This is a kid who has only 3 spares. The rest strikes through 9. He's been all but perfect, exactly what Coach Flanagan pointed out about.
At lane 7, a miss from Rosenfeld. At lane 8, Ferrara ready to roll. As the B-lane game 2 has been off for a little while now. Ferrara curling in at lane 8, hit the pocket, but only 7 pins go down. That might eliminate him from a clean game, so just not the pin placement you want if you want to get that last spare and get to claim that clean game for yourself.
And you can see at the St. Anthony's A-lane all smiles as we are almost concluded with the A-lane.
Miss from Ferrara. That'll bring his final tally to 213. What a game. And it's going to be St. Anthony's clearing game 2. They'll take the 3-1 lead, and they'll take the pin advantage on the A lanes, whereas the pin advantage still lies to St. John's at the B lanes, and the overall pin total still the way of St. Anthony's, who are in prime position to take this entire match. We'll join you back in just a few moments as we will enter game 3, the final game of the 2025-26 NSCHSAA season. Welcome back into TND Sports Video Productions and the AMF Wantagh Lanes for Game 3 of the 2025-26 NSCHSAA Bowling League Finals. Again, I'm Max Rotniak, joined alongside Ronan Coyle. And Ronan, what have we seen for the first two games of St. John the Baptist, St. Anthony's?
And if you've been tuned in for this entire time, you think that Game 1 scoring from St. Anthony's was crazy. Last game, St. Anthony's had over 1,000 collective, and they have looked strong as ever. They've held all the momentum, and they are just one game away. Even just a split could potentially be enough to help them capture a league title.
And just to note really quickly, we have a line change for St. John's. They're going to be switching Parker McDuffie and Jack Rosenfeld around. So Rosenfeld will move to the B lanes, McDuffie to the A lanes. St. Anthony's keep their same lineup of 6 as we begin Game 3 with a roll from Brendan Jackson as he'll get 10. It's a great shot from him. Lane 8, Woldarczyk. Pocket and perfect. Let's go, Gav, ringing around the grounds. As we'll start with some B-lane action, Luke DeMayo gets us off on lanes 9 and 10. DeMayo curling in for a beauty roll. Lane 10, it's Connor Halfin, curls, and a 10-pack. Lane 7, Clayton Fabrizio gets 7. Mahoney at lane 8. Beautiful. So many strikes to start this game. It's strike-a-mania here. 6 rolls, 5 strikes.
And feels like just where we left off. Similar to last game, it felt like both teams were on a roll to start. Stagnated before, but now St. Anthony's 2 straight strikes with Vinny Ferrara, who had over 200 last game, coming up.
As Scarver hits 7 at the far lane for St. Anthony's. Lane 8, Ferrara clears them all. Early, again, a lead for St. Anthony's at the A lanes. They got 3 straight strikes to start again. Fabrizio at lane 7. Oh, so close to a spare.
St. Anthony's A-lane picking up right where they left off. Felt like last game they were in strike heaven. They had 15, they have 3 to start.
3 from Scarver gets to spare. At lane 7, it's 9 from Parker McDuffie, who just again subbed into the A lane for Rosenfeld as Rosenfeld moves to McDuffie's old B lane spot. And now Rosenfeld at the B lanes clears 1, can't clear both. Nearly had the fine hit. And it's going to be Parker McDuffie to go. He needs just the 1 pin in the center. That's number 5. Got it. At lane 9, excuse me, Palladino, full house.
Joseph Palladino ending off with a 4-bagger in the B lane to end off Game 2. In Game 3, he picks up right where he left off and gets a crucial strike for St. John the Baptist.
At lane 8, it's Brendan Jackson's double. And Woldarczyk, oh, so close to one of his own. At lane 9, Halfin, got them all. At lane 10, 8 pins fall. At lane 8, 7 pins fall. And at lanes 7 and 9, it's a spare and a near strike from Scarver. Lanes crowding around us now. It's coming down to the death here between these two sides. 3-1 so far, the lead for the Friars, the number 2 seed coming into this end of week competition. St. John's the number 4 seed. Still a chance to pull off the upset, but that gutter ball won't help them. Spare from Scarver. Oh, nearly a strike from Mahoney. He just missed a 10-pin. And you'll get a little dap up from Coach Flanagan as a lane 8, sorry. Clayton Fabrizio's ready to go. Needs 3 pins for the spare. He missed this exact same combination in the first frame. Second frame, got it. And beauty on lane 10.
St. John the Baptist know they need to perform here. They're not letting any opportunity slip from them so far. They've looked strong on both lanes through 2 as they lead by a combined 22 between both lanes.
As McDuffie at lane 8 got a supreme strike for St. John's. Mahoney at lane 7 can't get the spare into the gutter. At lane 10, strike for St. John's. Palladino double. Novak at lane 9, 7 fall. At lane 7, Ferrara, full house.
Max, does this kid miss anything? He has been on fire all day. Last frame, he had so much, over 200, and now has a double to start it off in the A lane for the Friars.
Yeah, it's 170 in game 1, 213 in game 2. He's averaging around that 188 mark. And 9 pins from Brendan Jackson at lane 7 for SJB. And turning our attention back to St. Anthony's at lane 9. They need 3 pins. Novak only got 2. Wuljarczyk at lane 8. Can't get the strike, missed but 2. Or rather hit but 2. 7 for Jackson. Got the spare by the nick of his teeth. Missed throw for Halfin at the far lane as he'll get 0. The Mayo lines up at lane 9. Rollerball. Wuljarczyk at lane 8 needs a spare. Oh, only hit 1. At lane 10, perfect. Halfin got the spare on his second try after a scoreless first attempt. 8 pins for Fabrizio at lane 7. Scarver with the strike for St. Anthony's. Crucial roll from Scarver.
Scarver, who's been strong, average.
Bang at lane 8. Palladino at lane 9. Fabrizio at lane 7. Palladino gets a strike. Fabrizio misses the spare.
How about St. John the Baptist so far? 7 strikes for them in the B lane. In the A lane, they have 3. Looked strong as ever, fighting with that extra heart that they may need to topple the Friars.
And Ferrara just got a strike. 8 pins fall on lane 10. As we were speaking, McDuffie gets the strike on lane 7 after a few lucky baubles. It is close here. 1 point separating the two sides on lane A. 1 point separating the two sides on lane B. B lanes rather, as here's 8 fall for Jackson. And by the way, on those B lanes, It's been a couple successive strikes for St. John's. So we'll see how many points those will tally up. To be exact. Well, Jarczyk hits down 8 on lane 7. Halfin with 6 on lane 9. Spare opportunity for Jackson at lane 8. Got only half of them. Well, Jarczyk got the spare.
And it seems like Wantagh is playing with extra heart today. Could be his last couple rolls as a Friar today, hoping to deliver his team another title to go out strong.
You would sure love that as his last roll. Some of these St. John's seniors would love it as well for their team to win. 7 pins from Clayton Fabrizio. Mahoney got them all. Full house. Scarver at lane 9, nearly a 10-pack, just missed pin 10. At lane 10, ooh, 9 pins from Jack Rosenfeld. Fabrizio lines up a roll on lane 8, goes for it. 3 pins for a spare, and beautiful roll from Clayton. Sage Scarver at lane 9, gutter ball. Can't get the spare. Vinny Ferrara lining it up at lane 7. He goes for a big roll. No! Only 8 pins, but there was a stack of strikes beforehand. It'll bring the lead to 28 for St. Anthony's as a crucial roll and a crucial strike from Parker McDuffie at the A lanes. He's really heating it up for the Cougars.
Seems like this has been a back and forth all day. Not only that, it's felt like Strike City. Both teams tallying high numbers so far.
As Novak delivers on lane 9. And Palladino delivers a strike on lane 10. 1 of 2 on the spare attempt for Ferrara on lane 7. We've got a game on our hands. Wow, it's tied exactly 201 to 201. Here at the A lanes. At the B lanes, it's a lead for St. John's, who have a 4-bagger stacked up. Brendan Jackson, oh, 1 away from the 10-pack. Again, the 10 pin eludes him. My apologies there. 3 pins to go on lane 9, 2 fall. Jarczyk misses but 1, or makes but 1. I keep on making that same mistake, Ronan. But at lane 10, there's no mistakes to be made. Halfin gets the full set. As Scarver and Jackson roll at the same time. One's a strike, one's a missed spare. Jarczyk got it. Hit down pin number 10.
In such a close game, every single pin matters so much more. That spare could mean a lot in the long run, but also puts more pressure on the Cougars to perform.
Palladino can't get the spare. Fabrizio gets the strike for St. John's. Mahoney, oh, just can't answer it. Ooh, 9 from Rosenfeld at lane 9. Lane 7 just missed. Parker McDuffie just missed the pocket. 1 point lead. at lane 8. McDuffie at lane 7. Oh, one away from the spare. Ferrara. Oh, one away from a true strike.
And start getting more.
Palladino for a 5-bagger. Oh, almost supreme from the sophomore out of Islip Terrace. Vinny Ferrara curls in and gets the lone pin. And the A-laners will swap as we enter frame 6. And frame 5 just one roll away from being completed on the B lanes.
So far, that St. Anthony's offense has shown in the A lane, but not as it has previously in the B lane. The Cougars fighting strong.
Yeah, and after that strike at lane 8, it's a whole nother story from after Jackson did that. Will Jarchik hit 7 at lane 7. Fabrizio on lane 8. Oh, 8 pins. At lane 10, it's also 8 pins for St. John's. At lane 9, it's 9 for St. Anthony's. From Connor Halfin. Well, Jarchik needs 3, an impossible combo for the spare. Oh, somehow he almost got it. At lane 10, one of the 2 pins needed from Luke DeMeo goes down. Fabrizio misses the spare into the gutter. At lane 9, Halfin delivers. Mahoney at lane 7, bang! Got the strike, and that'll give a 15-point lead to St. Anthony's. At the B lanes, a 53-point lead mounted so far for the Cougars of St. John's. And another strike from them. That one's from Rosenfeld. 7 pins from McDuffie. A strike from Scarver. He's got a double.
Scarver at such a high level. The senior performing so strong, similar to Włodorczyk. Could be some of his final rolls with the Friars. Performing as well as he could.
That as Ferrara claims a strike. 43 points separating the B lane, now 52. B lane, St. Anthony's and St. John's lead there for the Cougars. At the A lanes, a 28-point lead for the Friars. Still, it's surmountable. Novak at lane 9. Ooh, only 7. Miss on lane 8 from McDuffie. The sophomore out of Gilgo Beach has had an excellent introduction to the A lanes, but just couldn't get it on that one. Jackson. Oh, just barely missed the pocket, hit 9. At lane 9, we got Novak from the B lanes. He needs a big spare to continue his team's streak here. Novak down the center of the lane. Got all 3. Włodorczyk. No good. 3 left standing. At lane 10. 7 fall. At lane 7. Jackson gets the last remaining pin.
Exactly what the Cougars need. St. Anthony's, their offense is not performing as it was in the previous game. Baptist is performing at a similar level, only 15 separating the 2 foes.
Has a couple good rolls from both sides in the last few frames, and A 10-pack of pins as well delivered from St. John's on this side of the lanes. Wolodarczyk gets to a 3. Rosenfeld at the supreme strike. Clayton Fabrizio with 8. And 10 from Sage Scarver. Mahoney. 8 pins go down.
And you can hear this crowd after that Scarver turkey. Ever so close. The drama growing here in Wantagh as we close out the final 4 frames.
And as Palladino hits a 10-pack. Fabrizio for the spare. Crucial from the senior out of East Patchogue. And a strike from Novak. It'll tighten the gap on the B lanes. Mahoney at lane 8, 1 of 2.
Just inches from converting that spare opportunity in such an ever-close game that could bite the Friars later on if they cannot convert more of those opportunities.
7 pins fall from Halfin at lane 9, and 6 from McDuffie at lane 7. Lane 10, it's a full house for Luke DeMeo. Vinny Ferrara at lane 8, swept the ground.
Through his last 2 games, he has had only 2 frames where he has not converted either a strike or a spare. Talk about superstar potential. The sophomore could not just be the superstar they need now. He could be the pillar of this team in the future.
As a few pins fall in lane 7, lane 9, 9 pins fall from Scarver. That'll end his strike streak, and that'll close the gap to 16 points. Still a lead for SJB on the B lanes, and a lead for St. Anthony's on the A. Jackson gets 7 to go. If things stand like this in the last 2.5 frames, don't throw us for a doozy. It'll be a St. Anthony's title win, as will Darchik. What a strike. That'll make a 31-point gap possible on the A lanes. At the B lanes, spare from Rosenfeld. Scarver at lane 9. Spare. Jackson and got his own on lane 8. Daps up Scarver in the process. Mahoney. Oh, almost pinpoint perfection, but instead he'll go for 7. Palladino at lane 10 in the basket. Oh no, no, he left the 7-pin standing.
As you mentioned before, right now as it stands, another split series. But yesterday, the score was also 4-2 in the half of Chaminade, but Baptist was able to convert all 3 bonus points to win.
Novak hit 6 at lane 9. So, Ronan, you were talking about these split games, talking about the overall score. So, if things stand like this, after Mahoney hits a great spare, it will be a split game 3. It was also a split game 1. Game 2 was all St. Anthony's as Palladino hits a spare at the far lane. If things stand like that, it'll be 4-2. With the overall score going the way of St. Anthony's and the A-lane score going the way of St. Anthony's, which would put, and while it would give 1 point to St. John's for the lane B victories, would not be enough for an overall victory. Novak at lane 9. Hits down the last 4. Ferrara at lane 7. Full house.
Talk about the pressure growing here. Both teams know they've got to get these big hits. Strikes and spares. St. Anthony's back-to-back strikes and spares in the A and B lanes, hoping to cut that deficit.
As we just had a strike from Halfin at lane 10. Fabrizio for a spare at lane 8, got it. The Mayo at lane 9, can't deliver a strike. Scarver hits down half at lane 10. Back to lane 8, McDuffie. Ooh, can't hit all the pins, left pin 10 standing, excuse me. It's 32 points separating the two teams at lane A. At the A lanes, it's a lead for St. Anthony's. At the B lanes, it's a lead for St. John the Baptist. 5 pins go down at lane 10.
If I can recall, it was Sage Scarver who had 5 strikes in his first 7 yesterday, who called game versus Kellenberg. Right now, 160 through 9, looking to complete the comeback, only down 23 in that B lane to cement the victory.
Yeah, if they could get that victory as McDuffie clears the board with a spare. So again, Ron, if they can get that comeback in the B lanes, it would be all over here. But still, it looks like St. Anthony's is going to win as they have the lead right now. And if my bonus math is correct, they will take 2 of the 3 bonus points. So, and even if St. John's is able to claim 2, it's not going to be enough. They need that A lane. They haven't even won one of the rounds in the A lane. Comeback is needed here for a SJB victory. Jackson at lane 7. He requires pin number 5. Got it at lane 10. Novak clears 9. Jackson missed at lane 7. Seven pins fall from Palladino at lane 9. At lane 8, Woldarczyk gets the corner pin. Lane Fabrizio lines up for a roll. Finds all but one. Mahoney, but 2. At lane 9, Palladino needs a spare, has 3 pins, only can get 2 to go.
So important for St. Anthony's that Baptist cannot convert these opportunities. They're running off a strike and 2 spares heading into that important final frame with everything still on the table.
Unless St. John's can pull off a last-minute miracle, they'll be losing this one, and Halfin almost delivers a strike. Spare for Fabrizio at lane 7. At lane 10, the Mayo gets 9. So again, Ronan, the B lane almost certainly going the way of St. John's. The A lane is what we still have to look at. If St. John's can pull it off, we might have a different overall story. Mahoney hits a spare. Halfin hits a spare.
But St. Anthony's is fighting back the deficit in the B lane, still keeping it close, only 29 separating them right now.
As McDuffie hits down 7, leaves 3. At lane 10, a spare for Luke DeMeo. And a strike from Halfin at lane 9. That's crucial. Brings the lead down to 20 for SJB at the B lanes. 8 down from Vinny Ferrara at lane 8. So it's a 42-point gap between these two sides. We need some last-minute magic out of the Cougars if they want any chance of coming back and winning the title. No, spare. And that's going to be one of the final thorns in their side. Still, last-minute hope is in the air for St. John the Baptist, but even if they can pull it off, the bonus pins might knock them out the competition anyways. 7 pins fall for Luke DeMeo at the far side. Lane 8, it's a spare for Vinny Ferrara.
If there was one guy that I would give the flowers as the best player of today, Vinny Ferrara. This game, a pair of turkeys. Last game with his 4-bagger. He's just been on another level the rest of the competition today.
Yeah, he sure has been. Him, Sage Scarfer, and other names like Anthony Mahoney, Gavin Wildarczyk, they've all been so great today for St. Anthony's, as Wildarczyk gets 8. And at the far side, 10 for Rosenfeld. Brendan Jackson, oh, 1 away from the strike. Still up for a potential spare that could extend his lifetime in this matchup. A big 51-point gap at the A lanes. 31 points at the B. Lane 7, Wildarczyk hits one, misses the other.
And that will end Wildarczyk's career with the Friars.
And that happens as Brendan Jackson will extend to get one more roll at it. At the far side, Rosenfeld at lane 10. Can't hit the spare, it's into the gutter. Still almost certainly going to be a victory for St. John's at the B lanes. What we're focusing on is if the A lanes can flip and if the overall pins can too, as Jackson hits a crucial strike to bring the deficit to 41. Scarver at lane 9. Oh no, he missed one.
And now in the B lane, all fate lies in Andrew Novak's 2, potentially 3 rolls.
Mahoney leaves 1 on lane 7. At lane 8, Fabrizio can't get the full house. That's unfortunate. At lane 7, Mahoney to roll. Might be his last ever bowl as a St. Anthony Friar, and he couldn't hit the spare.
And it all but seems that this is going to be yet another split. And we will wait to see how the bonus points turn out. Could the Cougars, just like yesterday, win off that, or will the Friars secure it?
I don't even think if the bonus points go St. John's way, it's going to matter because, well, they've won every single lane. Well, St. Anthony's, rather, has won every single lane A matchup. And St. John's has gone 2 for 3 at the B lanes. So that means that the pin win is going to go to St. Anthony's at the A lane, giving them 5 total points as Palladino cannot get the spare at the far side. One last chance for Novak. It's not going to matter for this individual game, but it will definitely add to the overall pins tally. Great roll from Novak, as he'll claim the spare and get himself one more opportunity. Fabrizio. Strike! Parker McDuffie needs a strike here.
you can't even hear a pin drop. It is silent here through this final bowls.
As Novak hits down 6. It'll go the way of St. John's at the B lanes. McDuffie. Oh, he only got 7.
And a crucial next bowl for Vinny Ferrara, needing these pins to secure. Only 23 separate the Friars and Cougars in lane A. It would be so crucial if the Cougars somehow found a way to come back in this lane.
I think that there's almost no way that St. John's can fully get back into this one. After that miss, we'll see if they can have one last gasp effort. McDuffie. Oh, only 2. And that's gonna end the game. It's going almost certainly the way of St. Anthony's. We'll wait on the official score confirmations to confirm what the final score is, confirm who we're gonna have as our MVP, etc. We're gonna have a whole award ceremony for our league champions, St. Anthony's, and our regular season champions, Chaminade, as Ferrara finishes it off with a 9er. Claps all around. St. John's, they got the task done against Chaminade. They could not do it against St. Anthony's. Most likely 6-3 could be another score. Whatever it is, St. Anthony's in Jubilee. We know they've won. One last roll to finish out the season. Maybe not. Maybe he'll get one more. Vinny Ferrara to close it out for St. Anthony's. And he got it. Good to see as the claps go round. Ferrara, one last roll to just open up that gap. Vincenzo, Vinny Ferrara. Oh, got 9. That'll end it. It's St. Anthony's. After last year's defeat to after last year's defeat to Chaminade, they've come back. Again, final score verdict still on the table, Ronan, but we know they've done it. Your 2025-2026 NSCHSAA Bowling League champions, the St. Anthony's Friars. Ronan, so great to see everything going on today. What are some of your takeaways from this match?
St. Anthony's offense was the key to win this game all along. It was whether can they perform. The answer is yes, and resoundingly, scoring over 500 in all 3 games in the A lane. Almost perfection. Vinny Ferrara has been lights out all day long, and it is no surprise that St. Anthony's has been the best team so far this entire tournament, and they go home after losing so agonizingly last year with a league title.
Yeah, exactly, Ronan. Jubilee for St. Anthony's coming back after last year's defeat to Chaminade. St. John's yesterday defeated Chaminade. St. Anthony's defeated Kellenberg. And today, the Battle of the Titans, it goes the way of St. Anne's. Thank you for joining us here on TND Sports Video production from the AMF Wantagh Lanes. From Ronan Coyle, I've been Max Rotniak. Have a great day.
All right, so you go now? All right, so you do, so you do, all right?
So we just went off the air for a minute by myself, Max Roniak here. And just a little update. We got a trophy ceremony to end today off. We're going to have some of the awards here for the boys in just a moment. So it's going to be we have our regular season champions, Chaminade, our overall season champions, St. Anthony's. They'll be up to receive their trophies for the season. Some other trophies will go the way of some of the individual bowlers, such as regular season MVP, finals MVP. We'll see what the other trophies are exactly, but we'll narrate you through them over these next few minutes.
We had great matches the last 2 days. I'm very proud of everybody involved. All right? So the first one to give up, we got St. John's captain, Brendan Jackson, Jack Rosenfeld.
Captains from St. John's, Jack Rosenfeld, and the Jacksons step up to receive the runners.
I want to congratulate St. Anthony for winning the championship.
St. John's. Amazing Cinderella story defeating the Chaminade Flyers yesterday.
We got our seniors, Gavin Wildarczyk.
St. Anthony's get the trophy they desire. The championship.
Connor Halpin. Anthony Mahoney. Sage Scarlett. John Hickerson. We got co-captain Benny Brewer. We got Andrew Novak.
All St. Anthony's players getting their honors and their awards for winning the title.
We got Andrew Scrivenza. We got Hunter Lang. We got Zaid Khan. We got Michael Borton. We got Ashton Self. The big dog, Andrew House.
And that's the full lineup. All St. Anthony's Flyers 25, 26 champions line up across the lanes.
Guys, can we have our two captains, Vinny and Gavin, come up here and get our final?
25-26 championship final MVP.
And Max, was there ever a doubt that this kid would win it? He started strong and ended even better. Final frames when he needed it most. Final game, he provided a double turkey and has helped lead his team to that title.
And here's the photo that'll cement it, your 2026 champions, St. Anthony's. But again, going back to the MVP stuff, Ronan, if we were talking about the semifinals, maybe you'd give it someone like Sage Scarver, who had a 4-bagger in the crucial third game. Either way, it went the way of Vinny Ferrara, and deservedly so.
We'll come back.
First award, we have a league champion that we give out every year. Actually, it's tied. It's Chaminade St. Anthony's. Chaminade won the tiebreaker to the match of League 2. Chaminade was the league champion.
Senior Mike Cohen steps up to receive Chaminade's plaque for winning the regular season title. Sportsmanship award goes to the Holy Trinity Titans, who are not in the playoffs, but put up a valiant fight. They were the number 7 seed.
All right, so we had one bowler each average 200. He bowled a 299 game. We had amazing 700 series. The Bob Hamilton MVP award for the season. Avery Lane held.
And the Avery Ling getting up to receive his award as the overall MVP for this season. Like mentioned there, bowled a 299 and it got over a 200 average. The high game award goes to Anthony Mahoney, the senior from St. Anthony's, 279. Quite the impressive scoreline.
The high series, 713. Anthony Chino,
And the high series award of 317 goes to Anthony Max Danino for Chaminade. Max Danino was truly one of the most influential pieces to the Chaminade puzzle this year, and was one of the best freshmen the league had to offer this year. Anyways, that will do it. St. Anthony's, your champions. Chaminade, your regular season victors. So many individual awards, so much action over these last 2 days. Again, from AMF Wantagh Lanes, TND Sports Video Production, from Ronan Coyle, I've been Max Rotniak. Have a great day.